Hello, and welcome to the Inept Brotherhood, where we talk about absolutely nothing of use and only D&D stuff, where we try to murder things and occasionally succeed. In our last session, I, the DM, um, successfully kidnapped Telro from the party, who now have to decide what to do next. You guys are right where we left off, making your way along the path in the forest with your new kiwi bird-esque companion on top of a horse.
You kidnapped Taro? So wait, you're
Man.
telling me that we're going through this whole adventure in the Feywild for nothing? I can just drive to your house and then mug you and save Taro.
I mean, I'll cry a lot, but yeah.
Cool, okay.
Already real close. We can do this.
No, I'll lock my door.
I have a key.
No.
I can pick locks.
Taking a sledgehammer to a door is not considered picking a lock.
It works, doesn't it?
Mugging the DM is illegal.
I mean, mugging most people
Nah.
is illegal.
I like to ignore that law.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, it's a joke.
For Twitch terms of service reasons, that is also a joke.
This is all in Minecraft.
On Minecraft, I've been obsessed with Cult of the Lamb because it came out.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
seen stuff about that.
I haven't been able to start it, and I am sad.
Hey, stop distracting me. You're making decisions on what you want to do next.
Well, according to my notes, we were settling down to rest.
There you go, yes.
Wait, where's my character sheet? Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Found it.
From what I also remember, Vess had like 20 bottles of fantasy tequila.
No, I had, as in I drank them, yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I meant.
Consumed.
Consumption of the forbidden Jose Cuervo.
Okay. Well, yeah, it says here that I have not completed a long rest, so do we?
I don't know, you guys said you guys were settling down to have one.
Yeah,
We
I
Well,
have
guessed it.
and a lot.
Koibi's Tiny Jazz Bar. And
Yes! Oh, yes, I forgot that we made Koibi's Tiny Jazz Bar.
That was right.
So after a long night of either consuming fantasy tequila or having your dreams invaded by tiny kiwi birds playing trumpets, you all you all complete a long rest.
I just imagine mass destruction from Persona 3.
Your crops are watered, your pores are clear, and everything has been reset.
Goody.
So, Koibi has literally the best speakeasy that has ever existed because it can just pop up wherever.
Correct. Koibi would be essential to the prohibition movement, if the Feywild had one.
Anti-prohibition.
I am
That
the
stuff where they
movement.
smuggle the drunk juice.
And
High school?
We
Fresh,
call,
freshman dorms.
No, they don't smuggle it. They walk by holding it out in the open.
we called those a vodka Capri Suns, thank you very much. And especially on Fake Patty's Day.
You had fake Patty's Day in high school? I didn't even know it was a thing until
You were young and stupid? Yes. For anyone under the age of 18, don't do that.
For anybody under the age of 21, don't do it.
We do not endorse any illegal alcohol
Right.
consumption. Please do so at your own risk of being of arrested, sent to jail, and or fined.
you would just go to like juvie or something. But yeah, definitely drink responsibly and only once you are past legal age limit, or never at all. That's also a really good choice. Just never at all.
generation.
Yeah, you are. Okay. Well, I'm glad to no longer have like 17,000 damage notes in my health.
Yeah, you're like healed and stuff.
Yes. I was running out of room.
Although you do have a tune stuck in your head that has a vague feeling of.
I was close enough.
Weeby's totally not humming that on top of the bar in the morning.
Look, it's fine.
This is a great way to wake up.
Do I have silence prepared?
But yet, I'm pretty sure. Wait, okay. Am I dumb or Tequila is a trombone song primarily?
Tequila is a drinking song.
Oh my god.
What's the difference?
It's in Baby Driver. That's the difference.
Wait, Tequila's in Baby Driver? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it's like
Anyway.
halfway through the movie.
I'll have to rewatch
The
it.
entire fight scene is choreographed to Tequila, and then I'm pretty sure it ends with Jamie Foxx going, "Tequila."
Interesting. I don't remember enough of the movie, despite it being good.
Hey
But
Siri,
we
what
have to
instruments are in tequila?
Tara, we have to save you!
There's a trombone! It's a trombone. I win.
It is a trombone song.
Sorry, I was really curious if I was a trumpet bird or a trombone bird here.
Well, with the length of your beak, you're definitely a trombone bird.
Meow.
Okay.
You guys sleep long.
Or a recorder. I would love it if it was in recorder.
Oh god, I don't know how to do that noise.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys sleep a long time.
And you don't? Why are you up so early?
I had coffee.
I don't think
Interesting.
we want the small bird to have coffee.
It might. Hold on. Oh, it might need it to function. Like. It never did anything for me. I just like drinking it.
Queeby's gonna push over the 5 cups of coffee behind the bar. Out of sight, out of mind.
Just tink, 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 tink.
Gently shoving them.
A saucer rolls around the countertop.
Also to protect him from the goblin.
Look, the untold amount of espresso shots in there, nobody needs to know.
Why is no one else here a big strong tank? Why am I the only one who can take damage? I want a warding bond, one of you.
Well, we can all take damage. It's just
It
a
just might
matter of
die
how
faster.
much.
Excuse
Yeah,
me?
I feel like see, like a warding bond would not reduce the amount of damage any of you take. It would increase it. It would
Best
do the
thing
opposite.
that I'm good for is a keychain, goddammit.
I'm gonna prepare Crusader's Mantle. I don't even know what it does. I've never played a paladin before. I'm
Gives
just
you
gonna
a
prepare
mantle.
it.
You get a mantle.
Cool, I
nice
get a
cloak.
fireplace?
Oh.
If I remember correctly, I think it gives you temp HP.
Well, it's prepared.
Woo!
So what's your guys' plan? What are you doing?
Walk it, hit things really hard, and then drag Telro out through their paste.
I stand corrected. It gives a D4 of extra radiant damage within 30 feet of you.
Just like AoE?
I think it's any weapon attack or any attack does an additional 1d4 radiant damage, but it moves with you. So you're like a walking. You know what you are?
It's a mantle.
You're
a
like.
cloak.
It's a very weird phrasing.
You're like. You're COVID.
I'm COVID.
Yeah,
I
you
hate
walk
you.
around doing extra damage within a certain amount of feet.
So what you're saying is radiant damage is aerosol based?
The goblin's like the hammer of dawn, man.
Yeah, that's a actually good idea. No. Koibi said that you're like the hammer of dawn from
Who?
Gears of War.
I didn't know that Dawn used hammers.
I
Shut
hate
the
you.
hell up.
I can't wait till she sneaks her way into this one.
Look, I already know where she is.
I'm gonna lose my
Well,
shit.
we're gonna stumble into her somehow.
Well, if you guys don't want to be caught in the tent, you might want to start leaving before it gets sucked up. That's
I'd
happened
like to
before,
see
and it's
you
very
try.
awkward having to shake skeletons out. It's alright during the fall festivities, though. No one questions it then. And I'm gonna roll my way out the front of the tent.
The
That's
sides of the
Sonic
tent
the Hedgehog.
begin to rustle threateningly.
All right, fine. I get it. I grab a bottle of scotch and then I head out.
My scotch!
I will follow.
It's already gone,
I'll go as well.
including the bottle.
The minute Jay
Impressive.
steps out, the tent snaps in half and rolls itself up before disappearing.
Ah, it's a good old tent. A lot of memories, pal.
All right. Which direction again? Is it that way? And I'll point the wrong way.
Which way are you trying to go?
I'm pointing the wrong way.
No, but where? Where are you going? What is your destination?
Elro.
Oh,
The hags.
stress.
Well, Ludovon, you
I
know
have
stuff
a
about hags.
wisdom of 8. My directions are vibes, and my navigation is auras.
Look, I'm just trying to figure out what background I need to prep.
The
If we're going-
direction of Telro.
If we're going the way that Vess is pointing, the incorrect one.
Yeah, that leads us to the field of glass.
Yes.
All the leaves are made of glass there, including the plants.
It's fine.
Just a quick FYI note, I have forgotten to poke people with the stick to change the look of the names and everything, so I am not Toro. I am not a gunslinger.
No.
Please ignore that. I am still just a roly bird that screams disintegrate.
Well, I wouldn't have had time to fix it anyway this week. I've been very busy.
Oh, it's fine. I completely forgot about it.
What a mood.
I just wish I could, like, pull up, like, a sticky note or something on my computer
Right.
and just slap it over.
Well, you can add text over top of it in. It'll just be of a different font. You can just add text.
I will mess with that later. Rumor.
You can even give it a stroke so that way it's visible.
I will look at buttons.
There's a reason why some of you got the random ability upgrade. Like, before we started. 30 minutes before.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Gosh, do I need to do that now?
No, it's literally just whenever you feel like it.
Oh, okay.
This is solely to satisfy your teammates' stress levels.
Then why would I do that?
That's up to you.
I am the stress level. Depends on how far Jay throws me.
We can find out. Do I get advantage to eat the kiwi bird?
Absolutely.
Only if they cooperate by curling into a ball.
I am a ball. So, like, how long are you guys gonna stay here in the Feywild anyway? You don't really belong here, and am I just getting dragged around? Because this is fun.
We're staying here for 20 minutes, and also we're staying here for a couple of days, and also we're staying here for like 3 years, and then we're also leaving tomorrow. That's my
We're here until we get Telro back. And probably get the birds where they need to go, I guess.
Oh, I wonder how much time's gonna pass in your world then. That'd be interesting.
Don't say that.
I mean, I could
Only
tell
20
you.
minutes.
I could tell you the time difference when I felt like it.
I don't trust you.
I don't trust you either because you're green, but that's just a different point.
Excuse you, I'm slightly yellow.
Have you taken a bath? That's kind of gross. Are you sure you're okay? Is that like a
Well,
sweat?
I don't know. I have taken a bath recently.
Also, I like to point out the kiwi bird does not walk; it just rolls on a ball.
Fucking do 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 do. Fucking Sonic ass hedgehog.
Look,
I'm gonna
theoretically, if I walked on
I'm
my
gonna I'm
legs, I
gonna
could
kill
keep
this
up.
bird because I blame this bird for Telro's disappearance subconsciously.
I didn't, Duffin.
I know, but Vess doesn't understand how cause and effect works.
Vess has never seen the Lost meme.
Yes.
The the loss theme, like the
Yeah, the 7
comic?
lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vess does not know Lost.
I'm really struggling to prepare my last 2 spells. What would you want from me? Paladins don't get actually all that much, I found out.
I'm letting you know I took off Healing Word and put Blade Barrier instead.
Do
So
I
I have
get word? Because I don't have it written down.
uh uh
I have Cure Wounds.
If you don't, you do now.
I can use Healing Word. How interesting. Whoa, magic is so wibbly wobbly.
My alcohol has done great things.
Yeah, it's all the alcohol you've consumed lately.
well what spells do you have prepared currently?
Well, with the latest edition of Healing Word from whatever chaotic god gives me my powers. I actually don't know anything about that. But Cure Wounds, Searing Smite, Thunderous Smite, Healing Word. Oh, I should probably
Thunder
also talk
smite.
the auto prepared. Armor of Agathist Command, Hold Person, Spirit Weapon, Lesser Resto, Bestow Fear, Bestow Curse, Crusader Mantle, Magic Circle, Revivify, Revving Engines.
Thunder smite.
Yeah, of course. Thunder Smite's the only smite. But I got a Searing Smite in case some fire damage is useful.
You could do Branding Smite
Branding?
because I'm pretty sure, yeah, so if a target's invisible, it becomes visible.
That sounds somewhat useful. I Branding Smite. You slap a giant Coca-Cola logo on it. And then Coca-Cola, the spirit of Coca-Cola comes through and they start filing DMCA and copyright violations. And that's what deals the damage.
You could also do Blinding Smite if you wanted to get the rest of the smites.
Hmm. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I already have 9. We're good.
Would Ludovon know the way to the hag's location? I think we discussed this last time, but I don't remember.
I knew someone did.
You wouldn't know where to get to it from here exactly, but you know what direction it's in.
You also had a
It was
finger from a hag, didn't you? Maybe
was
you
a
could do something with that.
didn't one of the birds? No. Because I'm pretty sure one of the birds is what convinced us that we could get there and not lose too much time.
Was it the small Koibi that joined us? I thought Koibi said that they knew where the hags were.
I think it was acting as a pigeon.
There's too many birds here.
I'm sorry,
thought it was
bird.
I thought it was a Turna who said something to that effect.
Somebody did.
Granted, I don't think I speak anything that a Turna speaks, so I didn't hear it. Anyway, I'm gonna start walking in a direction.
That's
Vess,
the incorrect direction.
I don't think that's the right way.
I'm heading north, or what I think is north, which is whatever direction I was looking at to begin with.
Vess, that's not the right way. That's where we came from.
I know that. What I mean, of course. I was just testing you. I'm gonna scoot over to Ludovan. Where the heck are we going?
We need to go and find the hags.
That doesn't answer the question. Well, I guess it does, but also, like, I take one step in one direction. Do I go this way?
Give me 1 second to figure out exactly where we are. And then
And
I'll
I'm gonna
be
take a
able to
step
tell
in a
you how to
different
get to the
direction, and
hags.
then I'll be like, is this the right way? I'm gonna do that for every direction I can think of, which is like 4.
DM, before Vess gets banished to the material plane,
Yeah.
can I see if I can make like a survival check to see if I can figure out where in the Feywild we might be?
Can I help by giving wrong answers?
Sure.
I'm helping by giving wrong answers.
Nat 2029.
So,
Thank you for the help, by the way. I rolled a 6 on the first roll.
you're pretty sure that if you keep on this path, you will intersect with a different path that will take you west to where it is.
With scare quotes.
Yes.
So if you were to actually have a compass here, the compass would just, like the metal, like of the needle, would just bend and to say, you're fucked.
Look, to what Ludovan knows is west in the Feywilds.
See, any Feywild creature has the ability to see the directions if they close their eyes and think really hard and then open them and they're dead. You don't need to know directions when you're dead.
But you do. It's not helpful anymore.
If we follow this path, and I'll point to the correct path, going the correct direction, we should intersect with another one that takes us to where the hags are.
Awesome. I begin walking in the direction that Ludovan pointed. And I will pet the strawberry horse because the strawberry horse gave me food.
She enjoys it.
I will sit on the horse that I was riding with originally. Tiny legs. I'm not good at walking.
Oh, when Telra was riding. Okay, I was like, the kiwi bird has not ridden a single horse, as far as I'm aware.
We traveled a little bit
Yeah.
after the fight.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vess and Koibi were on the same horse.
They were on Mister. And then Ludovan, I think, was with Nina. And I was with Stumpfoot.
I really want to play Mass Destruction from Persona 3, but I don't want Sega bearing down on our necks. They're pretty litigious.
It's fine.
I'm going to point at random things along the way and ask Ludovan what they are. What's that thing?
That's J.
Okay. What about that thing? And I'll point to some plant out in the middle of the field.
My botany isn't exactly the best, but if I remember correctly, you don't want to touch it or get anywhere within 5 feet of it because I think it spits something at you.
Mhm. I'm gonna ask the horse. What's your opinion on walking close to that thing in the field?
Why do you desire to die?
Cool. Well, are you gonna? I mean, you're in control here. You're the horse.
No, I'm not going closer to it. I don't want to die.
You're sending me mixed messages here. I'm not 100% sure I understand what's going on.
The plant will kill us.
Yeah, and like, well, so if it kills us, one, you die, which apparently is something you want, and then I die, which is something you
No,
want.
I was asking why you wanted to die.
Oh, I don't want to die. I just want to kill things that kill things.
As long as you don't go near the plant, it doesn't kill anything.
That's boring. I'll resign myself to not going and finding out if I am better than that tree.
Mister is pleased with your decision.
So why do you want to fight the plant?
Well, to see if I'm stronger than it.
Do you do that with like everything?
Could you say that again?
Do you do that with like everything?
I make reservations, in exceptional cases, sure, but yes,
So did you already fight all your friends and that's why they're still here because they lost to you?
if they lost to me, they wouldn't be here. I have not fought them because they.
Oh.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I'm actually paying to be on this really fancy cruise. It's really in depth,
Fancy
with a
cruise.
whole like war going on as well. And it's like it's a pretty good like time. So like
What
it's
do you mean a war? Like, what do you mean? We don't have
oh
those
don't
here.
don't worry. I think it's just a part of the cruise,
We don't
and
have those
also it's
here.
real.
We,
Um,
we just have people that yell and scream a lot because they're dumb.
what?
We don't have wars here. We just have like a lot of people who scream and yell at each other because they're dumb. And then when they're not looking, stronger people come in and just take over. That's about it.
Uh-huh.
Sabotage. 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 Whatever you call it.
Yeah, yeah. Like smoke is pouring out of Vess's ears.
But what's a war? Like, there's a
Uh,
war?
uh, wh- what about stupid and yelling? Um, anyway, a war is when just a bunch of people go and try and kill each other. Like a bunch of people.
Oh, so are you guys like part of that war?
Yeah, I mean it's a part of the whole like cruise experience, I think.
Oh. And you pay to be on it?
I did. I don't know about the other ones. I think they're staff.
Oh, I can hold that one in. Staff. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Do they
like
at
I
least have
they're
good benefits?
you know, it's not nice to ask employees how much they're getting paid.
I don't mean how much they're getting paid. Like, do they at least have health care and vacation?
Well, I can heal. So, yeah.
That's the health care as a goblin.
And I'm pretty sure Ludovon can heal too, but he's workers' comp.
Workers' comp. Oh my god, you're killing me. So, you're on a cruise.
Yeah.
And one of your people fell overboard. And you're going after them.
Well, I mean, no, people took them and threw them through a portal. Well, they ran through the portal willingly because they're idiots. But yeah, people came through a portal to take them. They didn't fall overboard. The boat's way back, back in the real world.
You have a boat? That's
It's
pretty
a cruise.
fancy.
Yeah, well, it's hard to have a cruise without a boat.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I didn't know you owned it.
I don't own it. I'm just paid to be on it.
So then, once you kill the hags, then you're leaving.
No. Once we kill the hags, we're dragging Taro through all of the viscera, and then we have to go drop off another bird at the bird's house, and then we are leaving.
Oh, that's a long cruise.
It's an important. Well, yeah. It's a really good value. I only paid like 25 gold once.
That's not a bad price.
Yeah, no, like I highly recommend you like sign up. Like you get a kill, just basically anything you meet. It's great.
I
Like
mean, I already did that.
yeah, but like now you can now you can do it without being a freeloader.
You guys dragged me along. I really didn't have a choice here.
Well, yeah, that's because you disintegrated a golem or whatever. Like
I
I'm not letting you.
disintegrated
I'm not letting you
two.
out of my sight.
That was low numbers.
I'm not good at math. What do you want from me?
Company?
Company?
Company.
No, that's my sister's job.
Uh,
And she handles the money.
want money. People to talk to.
But you wanted my company. That's
It
money.
means that's not money.
But companies make money.
Different version of the word company. Means like hanging out with people.
Oh, you mean like a buddy. Got it.
Guess you could call it that.
Perhaps,
Well,
as they say, a battle buddy.
Oh, battle buddy. See, like I could just be a gun. You could just put me on your hip. And wah. That's pretty much what.
I'll pick up the kiwi bird by their legs and hold them like a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, this could work. And I'll set them back down onto the saddle. We now know our super move.
Yes.
Disintegrate at the hip.
I just hold them while they do all the work.
Correct, yes.
Pretty much. So you guys have to be back before the time changes, then?
Yeah, like we're hoping to be back in like 20 minutes or whatever because we're waiting on like a package of people. 2 to 5 business days and like all that blamazon being slow.
Okay, well, if you're ever curious about the time change, I could take a look. Or
So like
people.
you can tell what time it is like all the time? Like what's the deal with that? Like
Once per day, because it changes every day.
so like what's the time now? Because it's like a new day.
The time change now, or like the actual like time of day? Because Because if you want to know the time of day right now, then Queeby's gonna like hop off the horse, go eat a random flower real quick that Queeby knows is safe to eat,
Yep.
and won't kill Queeby, and do a the petals are like partially risen, so I would say it's a good 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. ish in the morning. No, wait, there's a little bit of dew, so closer to 9. Tasty.
Would there be more dew at 8?
He said there's only a little bit on there.
Gotcha.
That's
So there
closer to
wasn't
9.
enough. There wasn't enough. Gotcha. All right.
Then I get back on the horse. Well,
So okay, wait. So you can tell what time it is here, but not like what time it is back on the real world.
no. Unless DM. No, I'm married. I can't do that.
You basically know how much time is passing, material versus Fae.
I will try to explain it so Vess understands what that means.
That will take the rest of the entire trip.
Yeah, please make a performance check. Vess, please make an intelligence check.
Ah, shit. It's 19.
5.
You explain yourself so well that all your companions understand this, except Vess, who seems to get that if you eat a flower every morning, you know what the time is, and sometimes if you eat a slightly bigger version of that flower, you get the time in the material plane, but it's not accurate and it's somewhat laggy.
Okay, so what I'm getting is there's like a bit of jet lag going on here. Like, you got a layover period. You have to reach your connecting flight. It is 10 a.m. in the morning. You're at the Chicago airport. You are exhausted, and you're at the exact wrong side of the terminal, right?
Yes.
Got it.
And if it doesn't work, sometimes I just need to knock myself out and wake up and it resets.
Huh. Definitely not something you would want to do at an airport. They'll probably arrest you.
Could also be all those cups of coffee I have. But yeah, so right now it's like close
You
to
drink
9.
so much coffee, you pass out.
Queebies.
Does your heart give out?
Yeah.
Queeby drinks so much coffee that it's not that she has any special ability, she just can see into the material plane.
Yes. That's how I'm gonna flavor this forever.
So wired.
I'm vibrating.
Queeby has so much caffeine running in her system that she just sees into other planes of existence. It's fine.
I definitely don't want to see what withdrawal looks like for you. I think you'll just go into cardiac arrest.
If you give me spicy coffee, I could see into the fireplace. Or a jalapeno. That works the same way.
Spicy coffee.
Yeah.
Alright, I know some things are pretty spicy off the top of my head.
See, you
Like
find
demon
this.
moss?
I was thinking of making demon moss coffee, yeah.
Oh, that would be tasty. I've never eaten a demon before. I've eaten a hag.
You got a lot of stratification on demon meat. Like sometimes you get some nice like quasit leg, but they're so small. It's like demon caviar. For if you've ever had caviar.
Ooh, I have. My
But
favorite
like
snack is whenever mortals get lost in the plane, then I get to eat them. It's pretty tasty.
yeah, hey, I have a quick question. What the fuck?
I could tell you which one of you tastes the best. I've had all sorts of samplings. Ever heard
Okay,
of
but
charcuterie mortal board? They're pretty good.
I've not. Quick question again. Are you not mortal?
I haven't died yet.
Fair enough. Me neither.
So then you're immortal. It's an obvious answer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, see?
All right, I'm glad I'm with another upstanding member and pillar of academia.
You don't die, you're immortal. That's just how it works.
Immortality until proven otherwise.
Yeah. It's like our legal system. It's about it.
The only way you can prove I died is beyond shadow of a doubt.
I know, right? Yeah, I think the most boring has been like a basic human. They're not very tasty.
Then you don't want to eat Jay.
That is fair. Not very tasty looking.
Also, Jay, I think, is the one running the cruise, but like, it's hard to tell. They don't seem to like their job.
I don't think they like anything.
I think they like money.
Oh, no, that other party member you had, they seemed quite upset that they left. Oh, about that. And money. Everyone likes money.
How far from the new road are we? I'll ask that to Ludovon. Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
DM, about how long do we have to go to the next path before we take our turn?
You've got about 5 minutes.
Are we
Not far.
yet? Are we there
We're not far from the turn, and then a bit after that.
I have to make sure I'm not too loud as to be annoying, but also loud enough that the mic picks up. Vess wasn't paying attention, by the way, so you'll have to explain that again to him.
We're about 5 minutes from where the path turns to another, and then after that we'll be on our way to the hags.
5 minutes real time or 5 minutes fairy time?
5 minutes time. It's still
So,
5
like,
minutes.
I can count to 300 and we'll be there?
If you can count that high, yes.
Cool. 1. I'm sure 7's in there somewhere.
Ludovon will actually let out a chuckle to that.
Oh my god, he laughs.
300.
That's not how that works, but if you do that several more times and go from 1 to 300, we'll likely be there at the path.
All right, I'll keep trying to remember numbers on the way there.
Eventually, you do come to a crossing. In the distance, you can see a large castle, but the other road leads into a more dark area.
Does
Like-
Ludovon recognize the castle?
It's Lyra's castle.
Quick question. Does it just sort of turn more twilight? Do we have clouds? It's
If
just
you turn
things
left
just are just
here,
darker.
there's a forest, and it just seems to be eternally night.
Gotcha. So it's like that meme where the branching road, one castle
Yes,
is in the
yes.
sunlight, one castle is in like a dark nighttime storm or whatever.
Yes.
Gotcha.
One leads to Ohio, the other leads to Kentucky.
Which
That's not
one's
much of a
which?
choice.
They're both just like beige castles.
That depends on which part of the state you are from.
I
If you're in
suppose.
Kentucky, Ohio's looking pretty nice. But if you're in Ohio,
Kentucky's looking
damn,
pretty
Kentucky's
nice.
looking pretty nice. They got fried chicken.
Grass is always greener.
The grass is always greener where they have fried chicken.
Yeah, it's fertilizer.
Unless you're me, in which case, no.
Oh, do you not have like a green thumb?
No, I don't like fried chicken.
Oh,
Or
gotcha.
chicken in general, if I remember correctly.
Well, if I
I
mix
was
it with
talking
something spicy.
literally, like if you have fried chicken, you'll have a better, healthier lawn.
I'd kill plants pretty easily.
Yeah, and
Maybe because I don't eat fried chicken.
that's actually a good thing when it comes to lawns. Kill all lawns and replace them with nature instead of whatever the fuck a lawn is. Rewild Do it. Fun fact, you can pack seeds into clay and just chuck them places. But don't do it in any place that's like private property, such as a golf course, because that's a crime. Never do that.
It's
I'm
also
being
illegal to throw
serious.
it through glass windows.
Yeah, obviously. Don't throw clay lumps with seeds of them at people's homes. Just throw them into your yard, into your garden. It's fun. It's definitely like, it's cool. Like unironically, it's fun.
So, your road before you wants you to go to the sad dark place.
Okay, but does a sad dark place take us to Telro?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
So Telro is trapped on a sad dark place.
No, on the other side of it, but also yes.
Hmm. I'm
Hey.
gonna turn
As,
to
as many of us with
Jay.
depression are.
I'm gonna turn to Jay and be like,
Hey.
I think this place is like 200% Telro's vibe. It's
Mhm.
incredibly goth.
Yep. Totally going through that phase they are.
No.
Dramatic.
No, they've been like that. It's kind of the goth emo phase since Castro left, and maybe this will help in some way. But first, we have to get them back before they get themselves murdered.
And a country boy and an emo girl really have a relationship.
I thought you were about to start singing Hank Williams.
Unfortunately, no. I do not have a beautiful singing voice. I can only just speak deep.
I think it's
Disappointing.
pronounced philosophically.
Speak.
It took you a second.
I didn't. I thought you were trying to make a pun, not like wordplay. And I was like, what word did you say in place of like what word did you replace philosophics? And I was like, phonic? like oh, phonic the hedgehog. I've invented a new hedgehog. Give me a minute.
Sonic's educated brother.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to be creating a new OC.
Oh dear.
Yes, but if we follow this path, it should take us through the woods here and then on the way to the hag's house.
Anything we have to worry about in the woods?
Phonic the hedgehog.
Honestly, when you're in the Feywild, it's about anything. But
You do know that this is what seems to be the forest of gloom. I almost said doom, and that was not what I meant to say. um, and it is part of the domain of Ninta Siota, who's an archfey that's kind of reclusive. I'll put the picture on Owlbear.
Oh,
It's
pretty.
very welcoming.
Ninta, what? Ninta
Ninta
Sarosa?
Siota.
Ah, Siata, like Mazda. Miata.
Like Siota.
Is there text? I'm illiterate. I don't.
I'll write it out.
Oh, I actually wait. I guess I really did miss something. I'm completely lost. I'm too busy drawing this shitty phonic the hedgehog meme. I apologize for my distraction.
There you go. You get it in my best writing across the computer screen with my keyboard.
No, I was actually close that time. I was just missing a T.
Good job.
I spelled it with a C because I've been playing too much FIFA, and there's a lot of players whose names start with C.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yes, if we go through here, we should end up at the hag's location. About how long would it be to get through there before you reach the hag's like domicile?
I literally just closed my iPad, even though I was about to go look at the map that I made on my iPad.
I can relate. I've done that at work.
So, for you, as long as you don't get sidetracked by an archfey, 5 to 7 days.
Be it 5 to 7 days before we reach where the hag's compound is. Assuming we don't get sidetracked by Ninta Ciota.
Huh. You're kind of tempting a lot of fate there with that amount of time. Just saying. You never know what it's gonna be every day.
Really helping with the optimism here.
Can't you just go talk to an archfey and see if they'll help?
Well, aren't we closest to not Ludovon?
Luru.
Yeah, that one. So like, I have been getting the vibe that not great terms. Just the vibe. Not a great idea. Phonic the Hedgehog is coming along greatly.
Not a good idea to go into the woods without any form of support, or not a good idea to go to Luru and take time away from finding Telro.
I just think I've been getting the vibes that Luru isn't gonna help. Bad vibes between Telro and Luru. I'm pretty sure Telro mentioned something to that effect.
Yes, but if we can promise her that we will get rid of the hag, then she might be willing to bargain.
All right, then I'm 100% on board.
I guess, DM, roughly how long would it be to get to Luru's castle from here?
Like an hour or two.
Oh, we're literally that close?
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you all. We can go and try and bargain with Luru, see if she'd be willing to help us in exchange for us getting rid of the hag.
Will she care about the hag?
Don't know until you find out.
That's true. We won't know particularly.
Well,
Although, Queeby, you've been in the Feywilds for, I guess, more recently. How have Luru and Nita Ciota gotten along? If you know, for that matter, I should ask.
I mean, they're archfays. They kind of do what they want.
You can make
brain.
you can make a history roll if you want to know more about Ninta.
I'm looking. 22.
Good job. You paid attention to your information.
I did.
So,
Incredible.
Ninta Ciota is also known as the Lady of Darkness. She is most known for her embodiment of the traits of arrogance and cruelty. She is a rogue vampire lord who was banished by Knoth and is known to most often take the form of an Aragonasi with dark skin, burning yellow eyes, uh, and large moth wings. She is not a fan of pretty much any of the other Archfey.
Oh yeah, sounds like they still pretty much don't like each other or get along. So that answers your question. I'm not familiar with these Archfey too much. I mean, I know Lulu is pretty nice. I've dealt with Nitra a couple times. Doesn't really have a lot of people come over and play in court.
So even if we went over to Luru, there's no guarantee she'd be willing to help us then. That's what I've gathered.
I mean, you never know. She might just be willing to, if you make a deal with her. That's always the option with these Archfey.
There was never a guarantee. Just like, you never can guarantee that Sonic the Hedgehog's gonna be a banger ass meme. But I can.
Oh my god.
I'm almost done.
What I will say is that if you go, and even if she doesn't agree, it's still a lot less time to go get a no and come back and go in the forest than go straight into the forest.
We could also drop off Eterna as well.
I think Eterna would like that.
We can try. And if it doesn't work, well, this Ninta maybe isn't on good ground with Knoth or Castor. But if we don't mention that part, if they're vampire aligned, maybe they'll help us find Talro just out of kinship.
We could certainly try. So are we heading to Luru's then?
Let's go.
Ludovan will turn the horse to Luru's castle and start heading that way.
Okay, as you all turn in that direction and head down the path. Let me change my background again. You arrive at the gates to a very large hedge maze. Beyond it, you can see a very large brick castle, and beyond that, you can see a large plume of fire falling from the sky.
Again, I guess that's where Eterna needs to go.
Not a bad assumption.
Was that there the first time we were here?
No.
I don't think that's necessarily where Eterna needs to go. I think that's more of an invasion force.
Does the thing look familiar to me?
To you?
Yeah.
No.
Nah. We're good.
Are you sure, Vess?
Like 60.
60 what?
Maybe 70.
Oh, what?
I start walking towards the maze.
As you approach the maze, it looks like there's kind of a slight shuffle as the hedges kind of move around to make a clear path to the gate on the other side.
I love these mazes.
My headphones slid off as you were saying that. Could you repeat that?
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
No, the hedges slide around to make a clear path to the other gate.
Wow, it's not even a maze? It's a straight line?
Made a straight line for you.
Does it challenge the intelligence level of Retrieval?
If you'd like to interpret it that way, yes.
I will interpret it that way. Vess will be like, oh man, I really wanted to go into the maze, and I'll try and fight against the hedges to like go into the labyrinth part of it.
The hedges give way to loop around to send you right back to the other gate.
I'll keep doing this as
All they do is continue to just try their best to guide you to the other gate.
I'll snake my way across the straight line.
That's impressive even for a goblin. Damn.
Does it part ways similarly for the rest of us?
Yes, it seems Luru's been it welcomes you into her domain.
That's good. We're all on good terms.
Asterisk so far.
So far.
These hedges are always so nice.
Give me a color for eyes. It's the only thing I haven't picked.
Yellow.
Gotcha.
Phonic has bad kidney health.
I'm just gonna chill at the top of the horse and watch everyone else do their thing.
Well, with the assistance of the hedges, you make your way to the other side pretty quickly, and now you just get to file along a slim bridge over top of a large purple lake. It gives off some faint steam, but it's nice smelling. It's kind of relaxing. And if the smell got any stronger, you might start to fall asleep.
This stuff is fun to put in drinks, I'm just saying.
Are you roofing people?
Ow!
I figured you were a criminal, but not that kind.
Have you ever heard of melatonin?
It's a sleep aid.
Typically, you don't put melatonin in drinks, though.
There's melatonin infused tea.
That's just
I want
drugs.
melatonin infused vodka.
That's just vodka.
Does vodka make you tired?
Alcohol usually does because it's a depressant.
Gotcha. If it's not obvious, I don't drink.
You gotta use the direct source when you drink a lot of caffeine. It's great.
The only way Queeby sleeps.
Dosage, and I'm gonna quietly refill one of my things with this crap because I've been running low.
Queeby just has canteens of this that she has to drink in order to sleep.
Sweet, sweet melatonin.
Eventually, you arrive to the doors of the castle, where you are greeted by a minotaur in a suit, who bows before you and leads you to the familiar, vaulted ceiling room where Luru awaits. But this time, she has a guest. They're sitting at like one of those delicate metal garden chairs, like table and chair arrangements, you know?
Yeah, my parents have those.
Yeah, my mom wants one. But across from her is Castor, sipping on some tea.
Son of a fuck bitch!
I'm gonna look at.
That was me.
I'm gonna look at the lady and be like, like, I don't have any excuse for this, so just 1 second. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna slap Castor across the face.
Holy shit!
Castor's just like, what?
I'm not stopping this. I'm letting it happen.
Oh no, it's fine. I just had to get that out.
What?
Oh, like, because the whole Talro situation.
What Telro situation?
It's fine now. I feel a lot better.
Wait, where's
Just
Telro?
the hags or whatever.
The what?
Yeah, we're gonna go turn them into paste. And we're hoping for some help with that.
They did what?
Ooh.
Hey,
Jay,
Cat.
they're not understanding me. Help.
Castor, the hag that turned me into whatever this fucking abomination I am is
Not that
took
bad.
Telro.
Excuse me?
Well, I
You
guess I
were
can't really
right.
say
Yeah.
took.
Well, yeah, Tellera was an idiot and ran through the portal after.
I'm going to excuse myself.
Do we not have to deal with it? Is
Uh,
Castor just gonna
hands up.
go sicko mode?
He stands up and he turns around and he walks through one of the gates leading into the room. And you hear some very loud explosions.
He had Taco Bell beforehand.
Oh wait, no, wait, Telro's bait! I'm gonna go into that room.
You see Castor standing in the middle of a bunch of wrecked pottery. He seems to have broken a lot of teacups and kettles and plates and some very fine china.
Oh, I'm gonna take some pieces of that.
Yeah, it will be a good delicacy. Yeah, those are excellent snacks. He's breathing kind of heavily.
Oh yeah, by the way, they are using Telro almost certainly as like bait to come and kill you, so it's like a huge trap.
Excellent.
I love this man. I am 100% on board with people who are like, oh yeah, by the way, this is a trap explicitly designed to kill you, and they're like, cool, I'm going.
That means there will be more of them to kill.
Yeah, turn them into paste. Anyway, I'm gonna let the others deal with the whole negotiating with not Ludovon, Luru, and I'm gonna help you smash some stuff.
No, that was just a brief moment. I am
I'm so sad.
back
I'll,
under control. But if you'd like to smash pots, it probably won't endear you to Luru, but I certainly won't stop you.
I'll just eat my fine china. Out.
He kind of sweeps his hand and moves them all into a pile for you. He also hands you a large sack, if you'd like to take some with you.
Like, sure, yeah. I'll just start shoveling ceramic into the pouch.
You have obtained a bag of holding.
All right, it's gonna be a bag of holding filled with nothing but razor sharp shards of ceramic.
Great way to get rid of a body.
Wait, I can toss like fruit and shit in here and get like pure.
Yeah.
You just toss it in there, shake the bag a little bit. You got a smoothie.
Yeah, like, I need a bit of ice too. Don't forget, yeah, can't forget the ice.
This is the first invention of a blender.
Oh my god, yes.
It'll have ceramic like residue in the smoothie.
Look, it's fine. That's calcium or something.
It's not residue if it's meant to be in there.
Fair.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna give a customary greeting to Luru.
Luru nods back.
Make myself comfy on the horse.
I will also give a customary greeting because Luru is terrifying.
She smiles and nods.
I'm just gonna stand here with my arms crossed.
Also fair.
I love Jay. I absolutely love
Offer
Jay.
you a greeting.
Oh, not.
She nods back.
I think that's the first time I've seen a vampire around here in a long time.
Yes. The man has no hope of ever finding his way through the Feywild, honestly. He's very bad with directions.
He needs a Charizard. How Rose gets Charizard?
They both suck at directions. There is no Charizard in this.
Wait, what is Talrow's wisdom?
I think negative.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah. You're both Leon.
Hang on, I gotta double check. I gotta pull up the thingy.
First off, we brought Eterna back.
Oh, excellent.
She's been, I guess, meaning to try and get here, and we saw before we were entering Ninta Ciota's domain to go and find Telro. Figured we might as well stop by and drop her off, seeing as how her wing is still relatively injured.
No, an excellent decision. You pass one burb over. Now you are down to 2.
Don't worry, we'll have
Too
7 by the end of
many.
this evening.
Also, I had a 10. Thank you very much in wisdom. Is a vampire all right? That was a lot of smashing.
He just had to go and wreck my finally finished collection. Now I'm going to have to start all over again.
Could mend it for you.
It appears several of the pieces have already disappeared into a certain goblin's stomach.
I have so many questions about that still, Vess. So many.
Vess is still eating ceramic in the other room.
It's more of an out loud
I
thing.
would make chewing sounds on the mic, but it doesn't pick it up.
Huh. Castor returns to the room and retakes his seat opposite Luru.
The tension in here is a lot.
So, yeah, we're gonna go and kill the hags, but it's about a week or so, roughly. We don't really have that much time, and we were wondering if there was any way we could get assistance with going to kill the hags and hopefully rescuing Telro. Jay, please take over because I suck at negotiating, and I'm really running out of things to say.
That's about it. We just want your help. And
Well,
really appreciate it.
I just need something to slightly sweeten the deal. I don't see why I'd invest time and effort into this.
In exchange, we will be killing the hag that's probably threatened and harmed some of your people.
So,
A hag that's evidently working with the demons, it sounds like. And the demons are trying to wreak havoc here in the Feywild. Start a war and all that.
I'm sure she knows that.
Probably, but a little reminder doesn't hurt.
I mean,
The knife.
if they want to get to me, they'll have to go through Nintasiota's forest, and once they get to me, I don't know how well they'll do against several things.
What do you want?
Well, it's not actually anything from you. This
Uh-oh.
time.
And
So
from
you
who?
don't.
Oh, it's a vampire. Ooh. Ooh, I knew I saw the tension somewhere.
Caster size. I just need a little bit of a boost. It's gonna be a lot outside their fortress. Like just a little.
Is
Who's saying
Caster asking for the Berry Bond special?
I don't know what that means.
Steroids.
Oh. Probably? The Fey equivalent of steroids.
Steroids, but it's spelled with a U.
I hate it.
Just one last hit. I'll go clean after it. Like, I swear. Like, come on.
You said that 17 hits ago.
And I mean it this time. I mean it.
Luru pulls out her rapier, which is just a unicorn horn with a hilt, a very long one, and extends it to Castor, hilt first. You already know what I want from you. It was a deal you refused, but I don't think you can afford it now.
I'm so gonna write a song about this.
Castor kind of sighs. He's like, no, I will take your deal. And he reaches out his hand and takes her sword from her. A large flash of light surrounds them both, signifying that the deal has been made.
Vess will walk out at this moment. So, how's it going? Directed at anyone of the party.
Oh.
I think Luru and Casta just made some kind of deal that we don't really know much of. But Casta's got a unicorn horn sword now thing. Yeah.
Rapier. It is a
Sword.
rapier. It's a very significant weapon. It is a rapier.
Vest, do you know what a
Came from a
rapier
very-
is?
Yeah, I've been trained in it, idiot.
Oh!
Says the person eating ceramic shards.
As I shuffle another few. Want some? I hold out the bag of holding.
I just imagining as Vest is has a handful of ceramic in their hands, you just hear help me.
The ceramic is crying out in pain.
He's eating me.
Could I do a quick assessment, I guess, of the fortress's this castle's ability to fortify itself against an invasion, against an
Sure.
invading force?
Yeah.
Particularly one that can fly.
Yeah.
One.
It's big and got thick walls.
Yeah, okay. I trust it. Yeah, these demons are fucked.
I didn't know that Elfie lost was that important, guys. No one portrayed this information to me.
What do you mean?
You just know now, and now we gotta go get them.
Wait,
I have a question.
Wait.
Did Kawibi even see that Tower was an elf? Because I assumed they were still
Yes.
wrapped up. Okay. I assumed Tower was still wrapped up in rags, but I wasn't sure.
Ears.
Oh,
That-
that's fair.
Oh,
You know
that
what?
might have just been my mistake on my part then.
That's up to you, Kaweeby.
Ears.
I guess we were snacking, so picnic makes sense.
You know
Ears.
what? For dramatic effect, Kuibi did say that, and I bet Taro did not unmask themselves. I will
There
go
you
for
go.
the dramatics.
Massive ears!
Taro can fully cover them, just say.
How flexible are elf ears? I never imagined them being super floppy.
I mean, they're kind of rigid enough that they can stick up on their own, but they're bendy enough that it doesn't hurt to bend them back and wrap them and stuff.
They're like dog ears.
Gotcha. Yeah,
'Cause-
they're shepherd ears.
Oh, fair.
Also, just as a reminder, Taro is only 130, so they are not long by any means.
Ears!
I need to call my mom. This is getting a lot.
You got a mom? That's cool.
I would assume that the small bird child has a mom.
Thing's a kid?
I assumed I don't know how big they get, so this could be its baby version.
I figured they conserve alcohol, so I figured at least over the legal limit.
Vess, what's the legal limit for goblins?
3?
So you think that this bird thing is older than 3?
At least 4.
Let me tell you something. if that was the age of a child, like a normal, human or equivalent child, like a child of Jay's
That's speciesist.
type,
Uh-huh.
a
Uh-huh.
3 or 4-year-old would barely be able to walk 5 minutes down the street without any support from a parental figure.
I don't follow. Why the kid
It's a
should be fully
park.
grown by that point.
I'm never letting you alone with a kid if we have one.
What? You're not? Are you telling
You're
me
not going to
you
leave
would?
the person eating ceramic alone with children?
No, I think she was talking to me
Oh.
Talking to you.
because I think my statement was correct. You wouldn't leave a 3 or 4-year-old alone to walk down the street by themselves.
The
Yeah, that's fair.
you having the thought of that makes me no longer want to leave you alone with the kid. I'd rather trust the goblin eating ceramic at this point.
Anyway, so like I'm gonna like tap Jay's shoulder and be like, all right, I'll shovel a few more bits of ceramic. I did some like a brief rundown of this place. I analyzed it. I did the math. I ran simulations. This thing is like Fort Knox. You know
I
Fort
double
Knox,
check
right?
for myself.
Feel free. That would be an intelligence or wisdom check.
All things I'm great at.
It's like
9.
first of all that maze
What was
impenetrable.
What was it?
A 9.
Again, the walls are nice and thick. The door is big, but thick. And the hinges are kind of rough to use. So like, they can't get the door open that easily. It's fine.
And
No.
that maze, it fights you. Like it's impossible to get through it.
I think you might be right on some things. The maze, I don't know, but the walls definitely. We don't have to worry about the. I'll have to move on to the next one, or not, because I don't care.
We don't have to worry about who.
So Castor turns to the rest of you with his new unicorn sword.
So you're coming.
If I activate the trap, you can get Telro.
Okay, and then you're coming out too.
Obviously.
Good. Okay. Just want to make sure you weren't going to do the same dumb thing Taro did.
We put bets on this.
If you bet against Casta, you will lose.
Yeah, the house always wins.
That's a really good catch. Casta, you should have a catchphrase.
Why would I have a catchphrase?
Because it's the signal word.
I don't talk to people.
You talk to Toro quite a bit.
Okay, yes, but Telro isn't just people.
Oh,
Nadira talks to people for me.
speaking of Telro, I guess Telro gave me the gun and also gave me a folder of things to give to you.
I'll take it.
I don't know what's in it, but Telro said to give it to you.
He takes folder. What is in folder?
You know, all those notes I found on the desk
Oh, yeah.
that I saved and I put the extra note in that I had recently written.
He looks upset and puts them away. You'll still have to continue without Telro after this.
Oh, Christ.
That's, okay. Don't kill them?
Oh,
please?
no, they're just going to come be imprisoned in my office for the next month or so.
Like, in prison, like...
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Yeah, that's fair. So we dropped off Eterna. We got Castor with his fancy unicorn's rapier. Speaking of unicorns, by the way, Luru, apparently some of their old friend when we rescued, uh, killed like a lot of them.
What?
They were the golden ones. It's fine.
Oh, yes, that's fine.
Yeah, apparently he said something about making a restaurant.
The golden ones are impure.
Wait, there's a golden unicorn restaurant? Where?
I wouldn't know.
Wait a second, Ozzy.
A small cat runs in. What?
Hello.
Hi!
How are you doing?
So, I like talking to Luru because she knows a lot. She has a really big library, which is super helpful for all the research I've been doing, which is like to say I've just been reading a lot. I don't really have a specific thing that I've been researching. But so that's been nice. And then I help her fix her ropes when they get torn.
Fantastic. It's
So
good.
yesterday I researched infrastructure. Today I researched trees. Last Thursday I was researching also trees, but like the ones that are upside down.
You mean the bushes?
No, those aren't upside down, silly.
Uh Ozzy would call just reading one book research.
Okay, it's good. It's good to see you, my friend. Go back to whatever you were doing. I just wanted to say hi.
I was waiting for Luru to get done so that I could get my next book from her.
Aw, a little stamp system.
Luru pulls out a small book and hands it over to Ozzy. Ozzy holds it to their chest and leaves.
Oh, so cute.
Bye! I'm gonna go read it now.
I really hope that wasn't the famous sutra.
She's a child.
Ozzy's like technically an adult, I thought. Actually, how old is Ozzy like relative to adult years?
I believe she was like 22.
That's basically an infant.
That's on that awkward note. Telro, not Telro. Casto, you ready to go?
I should be.
I don't have a digital version of Ozzy. I believe
I'm gonna peck
someone has the
Ludovon
physical.
for causing me a child.
You've
What
been
was that
pecked.
for?
Have you know I am not a child?
That was like 15 minutes ago.
I'm a
It
little
wasn't
slow.
rude.
I just
It would be rude to attack Ludovon in front of Luru because they both start with that.
That's because we always take L's.
I really hope you didn't say that
Yeah,
out loud
I
as
do.
Ludovon.
I did not say it out loud as Ludovon because I didn't say it with an Irish accent.
Have you said anything with an Irish accent recently?
I've been
No.
trying to. Not
Oh,
like
sorry.
sometimes I forget.
That's okay.
Pretty sure I'm older than you, and you've been in the Feywild for a hot minute.
How old are you then?
At least 4, like I said.
Do you want Fey years or mortal years?
Years.
Years in general.
I hate both of you because you guys said that. I'm in the thousands somewhere.
Huge rock. I'm like 30 or something. I stopped counting after 3.
I'm pretty old for Aarakocra.
What's an Aarakocra? Have I fought an Aarakocra? Have I
Oh,
seen?
definitely.
Okay. I did not know if they were common in Ascension.
No, not really, but like they did find one who was either coerced or happily agreed to fight you. You didn't really care, um, and you did indeed fight them. They had wings. It was inconvenient.
Oh, wait, okay, yeah. So I know exactly what you are, and that's why I have this. And I'll hold up my chains.
I
So
can't.
don't you get on my bad side,
I can't
because I
fly.
got these. Oh,
I'm
well,
gonna hold out my stubby little stubs.
so like I see people who don't have wings who can fly.
I can't fly.
I see people who don't have wings who can fly. Why don't you just fly like I don't know, they do?
Because I can't.
Interesting.
I'm flightless.
Out of character, does that mean you can't cast the spell fly on yourself?
Actually, you know what? Flavorfully, yes. I would like to say I can't cast fly on myself.
Ah.
But I can use Featherfall, but I am flightless.
Oh yeah, the featherfall's just falling with style.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck to the ground. It's a thing.
Okay, well then, yeah, then using my chains on you would just keep you also on the ground. So like, and doesn't do much.
I would prefer that. I like to be on the ground, near people, playing music. Pretty much
What's
what I'm
your
good at.
least favorite kind of music?
Country.
Never mind. You should definitely kill Koibi.
Just
All right,
like
I
country
request.
music.
I'll request "Punk Tactics" by Joey Varlance.
Do I need to make a performance check?
uh, depending on how often you've practiced this song, no.
That's a good question. Is it a techno song?
No, it's like it's apparently it's a 2022 song. I didn't know this until the other day, but it's inspired by like the Beastie Boys era of rap. At least it's the vibes I get.
I really don't practice rap too often, so yeah, that'd probably be a roll.
Roll it away, baby.
I'm assuming I'm doing this while we're walking.
Yes.
Joey Valence and Bray. They're the artists.
That
Or
is
Bree.
a 26.
Despite the Burbs' protestations of not being very good at this, it is performed without error.
Yeah.
From the small feathered body, the beak opens wide and outpours what feels like an entire band's worth of music.
You're pretty good at that. Like you should sing for money.
I do! Sometimes.
Yeah.
Other times I just do it for free. I like the people.
And then yeah. Okay. Why are you on
See,
this cruise?
this is what happens when you eat a bagpipe and a trombone and a drum and a trumpet and a flute. Like sometimes if I breathe out the wrong way, you just hear an instrument play.
You can eat those?
Weeby's gonna breathe out in the right way, and like one of the instruments, just like a note happens.
There's a faint squeak of a clarinet reed.
I'm going to write down a little note to myself. It's going to say, "Eat music?" Question mark. Sing? Question mark.
The worst one to eat is the saxophone. That one sucked.
Sousaphone.
Awkward shape.
Why don't you just unbend it? You know, have like a single noodle of saxophone.
I've never been strong enough to try. If you could do that for me, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. Next time we find a saxophone, I'll unbend it for you.
My goal is to find a saxophone now to consume.
Yeah, and FYI, Vest will not care if anyone is currently using it or not.
Yes.
Does Vest know what a saxophone is?
We'll find out, won't we?
I'm gonna make the statement now. Koibi will not say no to eating anything you offer them, so I will not question if it is a saxophone or not. So like this
Chekhov's gun
seems
has been planted on the wall.
like this is a pretty serious mission. So why is the missing party member? Like, is this part of the cruise?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
I'm sorry, Vest, did you tell Koibi that this was a cruise?
It absolutely is.
Yeah, I paid to be on this cruise.
I'm gonna look at Jay.
And I'll look back at Ludovon like, what? Go with it.
What the fuck? I'm getting paid to drive a cruise and I didn't even know it was a fucking cruise!
You're
yeah.
part of the crew.
I mean, some could say it is a fucking cruise, depending on the ship that's being driven around.
So, how long until we're actually, turning hags into gelatin?
As you leave the castle, Castor catches up to you. So, I will go with you partway. Once you get through Nentasiotis Forest, which I am courteously avoiding, we can go a faster way the rest of the way.
DM, roughly how large is Nentasiotis Forest?
Not very long at all. It kind of stretches across the road, not over, if that makes sense.
So it's more. Oh, so we're cutting through like the width part where it's more so of a long.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's like just sort of clings to the path.
Yeah, it's like a thin strip of road that goes across the path. Like, not road, oh my goodness. It's a thin strip of forest that goes across the path. Like, it's probably like a day's
Strip mall of
walk.
a forest.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I've never fought with an archfey before. This is interesting.
We could probably make it a day, roughly. So I'm assuming you probably know the other side of the forest then.
Yes.
I'll say like some landmark that's on the other side and on our way.
Okay.
Tell them to meet
The
us there.
acid spitting tree.
I can do that.
We can
Before
meet
we
up
split up.
within 30 feet of the acid spitting tree.
There's many of those.
Even better.
Did we know what kind of deal you just made?
I'm doing a slight favor for Luru in exchange for her boosting my offensive capabilities.
So the two of you are on equal ground now? You're friends, not enemies?
I don't know if you could call us friends, but we certainly aren't enemies as we used to be.
Well, that's good. Why do you
And
need
So how big of a unicorn did that horn come from?
the very large one.
Yeah, we're talking like this high. I'll hold up to the top of my 4-foot head. Or like this high. I go like 3 inches. But
Who's the tallest in your group?
visibly,
I think
probably the 6'4" cleric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well,
Visibly.
He would see through, wouldn't he?
He holds up his hand. Oh, that's true. Jay, how tall are you when you're spiky?
6, 7.
He holds up his hand to Ludovon's head and says, "This tall."
All right. I can't picture it. This entire time. Vessa's had aphantasia.
From American Idol?
The phenomenon where you have no imaginative eye.
I was making an American Idol joke because one of the winners was Fantasia.
Huh. What year?
Like season 4. I think it was the year that Chris Daughtry was in it.
Gotcha. I only paid attention to like the second season.
So, this cruise has turned in from a war to
Oh, the war's
rescuing
still totally happening.
the Queen of the Vampires. And then going back to the war. I'm so
Telro's not
confused.
queen. Telro is Telro.
What?
Is
Telro's
that making
Telro.
a king?
But it's important to
You're like
the
the president
archway.
of vampires.
I mean,
That's the only leader of the vampires I know besides
oh dear.
I'm sorry, I
So,
forget her
like,
name.
yeah, so like Castor's more like the president of the vampires, and that would make Telro the first paramour.
I'm sorry, but knowing what that archfey can do, not a president. Like a king of the vampires.
I am merely the vampire lord.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like a president.
Well,
you run the company.
I'm too old for that
You
crap.
make
We'll
money.
circle back to that. So Queen of the Vampires we're rescuing is what I'm understanding.
I mean, if that is what it takes to make sense, even though it's more of the first paramour, but yeah, sure.
Telber wouldn't mind being called a queen.
Cute. Me personally does not know what the first paramour means.
He has
It's-
a little bit of an ego. It's fine.
Paramour is just a gender neutral term
It's
for partner.
cute.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
It's
I was
just
confused with
partner
words.
partner sounds like a cowboy. And while you technically are a cowboy, being a whole bounty
Coyote.
hunter and shit, yeah.
So
Paramour is a more French and therefore sexy term.
gotcha. So wait, you're telling me that you two aren't married and you're just going after
Going after what?
Yeah, I'm not married to Talro.
No,
I'm
I
pretty
meant
sure
I meant
Caster is.
so that's not the Queen of the Vampires because they're not married.
Telro is a little indecisive.
Wait, you're not married?
No,
Are you
I
engaged?
offered. Telro said it was too soon.
But like, did you at least propose? And that, like, are you engaged or are you just still like,
We
buddies?
are still merely courting.
I saw that.
Gotcha.
So like
It's one you're
this elf new? I don't remember this being in the history books I learned about last time.
It is indeed of this year. It has not been a historical event yet.
Well, it's definitely been historical. It's just no one's written it down.
Correct.
This will be interesting when it happens.
I can write it down right now if you want a history book.
I wasn't sure if you could write.
Of course I can write. And I'll just have like illegible scrolls.
I see.
Oh. I'll have you know that I am quite fluent at Cursive Goblin.
I see. You might want to write it in a more accessible language.
What's more excessive than Cursive Goblin? Everyone speaks and reads that.
No, nobody does.
I mean, technically, wouldn't that be well, would be Sylvan for us, but When do the mortals speak now? Is it like
Uh,
infernal abyssal?
I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
Don't you have a mortal lover? Why do you not keep up with this?
Do we speak Sylvan?
You know, that's a fair point, but have you ever asked them about the mortal plane just to know like where they come from and know like their interests?
I've lived on the mortal plane.
I forgot that.
It's not an unusual place for me.
I forgot you don't live with the rest of us.
There's a reason Intasiota gets angry at me often.
Oh, no,
Beyond the
that's
fact
fair.
that I banished her.
Who
That's fair,
doesn't
that's fair.
read Curse of Goblin?
All of us. All of us, Goblin.
All of us. Yeah, she probably would want to kill you.
One of the mysteries of the universe. I don't think anyone can answer that question.
Bess must have a lot of mysteries of the universe.
Oh, you know it. There's
I
too
just had a
many.
question. Just mostly for you, Kaweebi, because I just had a thought that
What's
is
up?
potentially strange.
Oh no.
Could you dip your long beak in ink and use it like a fountain pen?
Yeah, that's how I would imagine I would write. I have like a little metal tip I can put on the end and like use
Amazing.
like an inkwell.
Perfect.
It's a muzzle.
Honestly, yeah, it would have to be like a whole muzzle, and then like you could use like mage hand to like flip the little pump lever.
Don't have mage hand.
Well, I guess you could just use your throat as a pump.
No,
Don't
I'm just
have
picturing
mage-
Kaweebi drinking.
You
ink and
have
spitting it
no
out.
hands, and you don't have mage hand. Have we had this conversation before?
Yes, that's why I roll, and I require someone to put me on the horse. I have no hands.
Queeby! You hands go ahead!
Lord.
I am a very interesting character.
Vess will shake the bird, saying, "Why don't you have head?"
The football with legs is being shaked.
I'm gonna
Shooked.
accidentally cast a cantrip in my squabbling.
Okay, it comes out of your beak.
I am going to accidentally cast.
Are you randomly rolling what cantrip you're casting?
Yeah, someone roll me a d4. I'll make someone else choose this.
4.
Vicious Mockery.
Wisdom save?
Would I be targeting it, or would it just randomly come out of
I have the one right in front of you, so...
It would make the most sense.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. It's I gotta open it. It is... yeah, wisdom save.
The mocking in this case is just screaming.
Yeah.
8.
Oh, that's a fail.
That was with my bonus as a paladin.
3d4, yeah. That's 3d4. Oh, no.
Murders
fine.
goblin.
I doubt
Right.
this will murder the goblin.
Yeah, I cannot wait for each d4 to roll 50 damage.
Huh, I am missing
If you ask politely, they might.
Vicious Mockery with d20s.
Can I? That'd be great.
Wow, I just rolled 3 d20s.
I mean,
Want to guess how much damage I rolled?
let's hear it.
3.
Oh, well, this is mean. I don't add
Good
anything, right?
This is not going to be a fun combat next time I have combat. I'm going to keep
Um.
rolling nat ones.
That's 11 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
The
wow.
bird's screaming reaches a pitch that doesn't quite agree with your sensitive goblin ears.
I will immediately fall off the horse stunned.
You are dropped back onto the horse, not out of really Vess's choice. He just let go. As he topples to the side and slams into the dirt.
Ooh,
Where's my pen?
I'm sorry.
Found it.
You poked a part of my stomach that has the spells in it.
Wait, you have that's the trigger.
um,
I just like to imagine we have some like like video game like co-op fight or like a team up animation where it's just like
You get an anime girl transformation when you pick up the bird.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't hurt your eardrums too much.
I'll get up and be like, oh, why am I on the ground? Anyway, and I'll climb back up on Mister.
You accidentally made me cast a spell.
Yeah, huh? What?
Can you hear me?
No, what? Why are you whistling so loud? Like a really loud, sustained whistle.
Uh-oh. Might have to get the goblin hearing aids. They were so young.
Koibi gives permanent tinnitus.
I'm just gonna let that one go.
He
Yes.
grabbed the squeaker toy too hard.
I like
My
to think that
wisdom dropped down by 1 point.
if you grab the bird too hard, it's just a random cantrip.
And if you grab real hard, it's a random spell.
Honestly, yeah, that would be cool. I would have to ask Natalie to roll which level it would be.
If depending on how hard the squeezing is.
Yeah, that means I'm gonna have to press the trigger real hard to get Disintegrator.
Koibi, I hope you like being choked.
You're gonna essentially have to like shove your hand completely through the bird to disintegrate. You can grab their spine from their stomach.
Nah, I just gotta like poke their pancreas just like a little bit too hard.
Look, you just have to type in the right combination on the number pad, and you'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, just poke the belly in the right spots and then
Yeah.
access granted.
So
That just makes me think of the hacking your ass meme.
I'm it.
all right, so have we made it back to the forest, or are we still walking to the forest?
Oh, definitely.
Which one's the definitely?
You are on the edge of the darkened forest.
Okay. Casta, you know where to meet us, so it should take us maybe about a day or so.
Fine with me.
Stay
Like,
safe.
okay. I paid absolutely zero attention. What's the plan? All I know is that as soon as I see hags, I start whacking.
We're gonna go through the forest without drawing any attention to ourselves first, and then we're gonna meet Casta on the other side at a landmark that we discussed.
Gotcha. I don't need to know this landmark.
It's a stack of fossilized mushrooms.
Gotcha. Immediately discarding the information.
They
Ever-
could be edible.
Not if they're fossilized.
Not to a goblin.
That's fair.
I eat more ceramic.
But we do need to be relatively wary of this forest and
Cool.
keep an eye on where everybody is.
Do I want to like hold hands, sing Kumbaya?
No, we don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Okay, do we want to just hold hands then?
Do you just want to hold somebody's hand?
No, I got this bird.
I don't got hands.
I have like this feeling that I shouldn't ask why.
You have a feeling that you shouldn't ask why the bird doesn't have hands.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's a bird.
Yeah, but I've met birds with hands.
That's fair, so have I.
Like the one that Telro killed when I first met you.
That was a Deva.
It had a wing. It had a wing. Bird.
The one where we learn that Vess has no clue what a bird is.
Correct.
Feather, wing, bird.
But we want to try to avoid
And if you take
drawing
that
any
away, you got man.
or goblin or
No. See, a featherless biped is a man.
oh, okay. I know exactly what you're referring to now.
I'm the Diogenes. I find it
Someone has
funny
to be in every campaign.
it was Plato who made the assertion, and Diogenes is the one who's like, aha, behold. It's okay. So, like, if we say hypothetically, in some sort of simulated reality, through attention to ourselves, what do we kill?
If we draw attention to ourselves,
Mhm.
there is nothing we can kill. You just
Aw.
die.
Maybe some giant moths.
Nothing
Okay, but
worth
what
fighting.
kills? Okay, what kills us then?
Giant bugs, I think.
I've got giant bugs. We could take them.
No, Vess.
Well, I'm sure we could, but we're not going to because we're not drawing attention to ourselves.
Is it like against the rules?
It's against the rules of the cruise.
God damn it.
Fine.
You'll be fined.
Oh, does this mean I have to pay for a ticket now if we're gonna go in the forest?
Yep.
Oh, how much?
What was the starting rate again, Bess?
It's
I
25.
think I paid 25. Yeah.
Yeah, 25 gold sounds right.
Do you take platinum?
Sure.
Queepy will fish out 2 platinums. And 5 gold. And just hold them in their
Platinum.
beak.
Clack, clack.
We'll take them.
Actually, I just regurgitate it? Where would I store
Ew.
it?
That's up to you.
DM, a question.
Yes.
Would my stomach act like a slight partial bag of holding?
I think that's what we're gonna have to do, yes.
Okay, then I'll regurgitate it.
You have some bird throw up in your hand along with some metal.
Lovely.
Jay's just like, damn it.
Enjoy your time on the cruise.
Woo! I'm ready. I'll have to tell my master about this. It's a fun cruise.
No, don't
Yes, what
spread it
kind of
around
giant
too
insects?
much.
You both talked at the same time. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Don't tell your master too much.
I'm just gonna tell her I'm on a cruise.
And I asked Ludovine, okay, so what kind of giant bugs?
Moths. Whatever, some kind of worm thing.
Worms. Solid. I think a
Mostly
worm is what got my guide.
It's mostly different types of moths.
Interesting. Okay. So, no light.
Yes, no light.
Pretty much.
Gotcha. And if we need to get away, put light somewhere else.
Yeah, that should do the job, I would think.
Cool.
Oh, I
I'll
can
set
do
this
that.
person up there.
I have a thing that does that. You can move lights. Well, let's go.
I'll keep my eye out for moths and lights.
Okay. As you enter the forest, you are immediately covered under a blanket of darkness. It seems that it is always just a bit past twilight in this area. Um, the trees are looming and gnarled, forming arches over the path, and they are all covered with glowing phosphorescent mold, fungi, mushrooms.
Like and subscribe.
uh, Along the floor, push up more mushrooms from the dead leaves and moss growing there. They also glow with a dim light in a variety of colors. The air is kind of dry and filled with floating dust motes that, for those of you who are nature inclined, can make a check about. Are none of you nature inclined?
Sorry, we were discussing adult things real quick, like dinner.
How dare you?
It was my fault. I asked a question.
You get no dinner.
Well, I was the one that was on cooking duty tonight, and we're just gonna push it to
R.I.P..
tomorrow in order. So, nature inclined. What were you asking?
If you like nature stuff, you can make a check about the dust.
That was it. Kill.
Yeah.
Could Ludovan make the check because he's from the
Yeah.
Feywild?
I
If
can
it
Mm-hmm.
offer
doesn't
help.
kill, no.
Mm-hmm.
I will offer you help because I'm also
Did you announce that?
I'm unmuted.
Yeah, I'll check the football to Ludovan.
You receive a floppy bird.
15 for nature.
You would know that looking at this dust, it is not just dust motes from sunbeams. This seems to be the residue from moths' wings, just constantly falling in the forest.
I can tell you used the driven snow brush.
Shh.
This dust is a residue from the wings of the moths that are around here.
Gross.
Nice.
We should probably keep an eye out and check the skies as well every now and then.
There is no sky. It's canopy.
We can check the canopy then.
Gotcha.
Occasionally, you catch a glimpse of massive orange eyes staring out at you.
Okay, I made eye contact with one. Do I get to kill it now?
No, Vess.
You're really twisting my balls here.
That's no. Bad.
Yeah. I will pounce on Mister.
It's a relatively silent journey. The only sound is your horse's hooves dully clopping.
My favorite Ghibli film. A relatively silent journey. Oh,
Eventually,
by the
further.
way, my perception was actually not that bad if you wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
It is 15 minus 1.
Slightly further away off the path, you can see some rather succulent looking fruits hanging from branches. All of them either purple or vibrant pink in color.
Huh. Hey, uh, Ludovan. There's not a lot of sun here, so how is fruit growing?
It's the Feywild. Certain fruits grow in the darkness, and fruits grow in the sunlight. There are some fruits that can't grow in either, and so they grow underground.
But there's no sunlight underground.
Sometimes. You saw how the lightning attracted the glass to occur. There are fruits that can sprout whenever lightning strikes.
How often does lightning strike?
Not terribly often,
Hmm,
but those are some of the best fruits. They're typically part of the a feast that is prepared by Nether.
interesting. Weird.
Huh, I haven't seen it there in a long time.
Yeah, they kind of make it their goal to disappear every once in a while, I suppose.
That's fair. A lot of people do.
Well, that, and they also like to play a hell of a lot of pranks on people.
Yeah, but they're easy to see through sometimes.
So is the weird fruit good to eat?
Knowing the domain that we're in, I wouldn't recommend it.
It's not worth the hassle. I'll come back next trip.
Your silent journey continues. As your horses clomp along the path, they occasionally disturb larger piles of leaves that were hiding rotting bodies along the path of either simple herbivorous animals that came in for a snack or a rest, or more humanoid figures that were traversing the path.
What killed him?
You can make an investigation check if you'd like.
Oh, good. I'm so good at those. 14 again.
As you poke around at the bodies, some of the herbivorous animals, they seem to have consumed some sort of fruit that seems to have killed them. The
Mhm.
larger people are a mix between fruit and injuries of large teeth.
All right. I have determined that the fruit's probably really spicy. Killed this deer.
It's definitely a spicy one. I've heard that it melts you from the inside.
Ooh. Man, I would love to have like some salsa with that.
There's no way to come back from it.
I've ate worse. I'll look for big teeth. Just like floating big teeth, in case that's a thing.
So far, you've only seen very large eyes in the darkness. Perhaps they have a pair of very large teeth that follow them.
It's like delayed slightly, like a really glitchy game.
Yeah, it's
You,
laggy.
I can't believe I forgot the word for laggy. You see the eyes, and then the body, and then 5 feet behind it is just the teeth.
Some have mushrooms starting to grow on their bodies that are not yet glowing.
See, if you pick them before they glow, it's like really ripe. Good portobello.
So, like, I can't sing.
No, you cannot sing, unfortunately.
And I sing.
No.
Once we're out of the forest, though, then you may both sing if you wish.
But please don't.
Well, guess I could work on my maps. I'll take out my maps and put on my pen muzzle and get to work.
There's some paper rustling against your back and some slight pokiness from a beak. Vess, as Kuibi uses you as a table.
I will make no accommodations, and I will continue to like twist and look around, completely oblivious.
That's fine. I can work with that.
Yeah, your maps are coming out a little rougher than you wanted, but like, it just means that a few more people might get lost. That's fine.
I
Yeah,
can fix them later.
just be like a bit light with the ink, so that way you can come back over it with a thicker line.
But also, if the people get lost in like your person's domain, you can still eat them, and like that's great.
Yeah, see? When you make fake maps and lead people into traps to eat them, that's always good. And of course, I
So
don't say that out loud because I have the thing on my beak, so I say that in Vess's head.
I'm going to take that information, perceive it as completely normal, and like crane my neck over to Ludovon. So like, what's the like, you know, are we going to be sleeping here? Because like, giant floating teeth, spicy food. It's not the best place to sleep.
We might have to, unfortunately. It's possible. I mean, we could push ourselves, but we don't really want to risk that.
What's the worst?
We're tired and we get attacked.
Okay, but like, being a little tired isn't really going to impact our ability to kill things. Never for me.
I mean, I suppose that's fair. That's a good point. But at the same time, we could we can push ourselves if need be. I know we're getting near. How many hours roughly have we traveled already?
3 or 4.
We still have quite a bit of travel we can do today. But when we start getting nearer to the end, we're gonna start. We're either gonna need to stop and rest, or we're gonna have to push through and hope that we are able to make it just fine.
Just putting it out there. If I'm not allowed to fight the giant floating teeth, I don't want to sleep near the giant floating teeth.
Still have my jazz bar.
I changed my mind. I want to sleep as soon as possible.
I say that in Ludovon and Vess's head.
Jay's left in the dark.
Riding along. Yeah, this is nice. They're all quiet.
I forgot about Jay. I'm sorry.
We could. Does that little jazz bar allow you to control who can go in and out of it?
Spells can't get through it. People can't get through it if I don't let them get through it.
Yeah, it's like its own little bouncer.
Moths are not people, though. Not here, at least, in this forest.
Yeah, reading the spell, it bars everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it bars creatures that
Objects,
any creature
anything.
that you do not permit, which means you cannot permit something on someone's person, and they just get caught.
Again, reply in the head.
We can travel a bit more, and then we can look at our options then.
We can just go as far as we can, and then I can pop it up.
You need room for it, though, don't you? It's a pretty choked forest.
No.
There's just like absorb part of the tree into it.
It just bends around it, and then it's the same size when you go in it.
Interesting. Magic is weird.
It's like a bouncy castle.
I just love how you guys are saying this out loud, and Jay just hears nothing else.
No, it's on par. They're crazy. I accept this.
Yeah, like it's like you won't ever see me casting magic or using spells or anything like that. It's not my vibe.
Not strong enough for it.
Say that again?
Ooh.
Not strong enough for magic?
Nah, it's just I don't know. It's like it doesn't got spectacle to it. Sure, it's flashy and all, but like that's fleeting.
I'm sure you could figure out a way to make it as flashy as you want.
Or I could probably. I haven't tried.
Because you're afraid to.
Ooh. She just called you a chicken.
You know,
I thought I was the bird here.
we'll see who gets the last laugh when I leave my review.
Okay. I still get the money.
They take reviews on this thing?
Yep, and it's getting a 0 star at this rate. Well, 1 star. The China is pretty good. I like how we call it China, but like, there's no China to have produced.
Sorry, I can call it Azrin if you'd like.
Oh, did Azrid make the fine China? Oh. We could just pull a Tolkien and say, yeah, I found this text and I had to translate it to English. And so that's why we have Mary and Meriadoc. I mean, like not to go on a tangent, but like the dude was insane. He made 2, if not like 3 names for every character.
Look, it's fine.
Like I thought I like thought I was weird when I would like say, okay, here's this town, but here's this other town nearby that calls it by a different name because it used to be a different name. But like that's as much as I ever get. I don't ever like make several conlangs. In theory, that means that there's a translation of Lord of the Rings out there in like Elvish and Dwarvish and all the languages he's constructed, right?
I'm certain there is.
I'm gonna go buy that copy just so I can't read it.
Keyboards in Dwarvish.
Because you're a weirdo.
Built it that way.
A nerd.
I do find it funny that we have a DM here who is obsessed with the elves from Lord of the Rings, and a player here that's obsessed with the dwarves from Lord of the Rings, and it is just as tribal as the books.
Look, it's fine.
Meanwhile, I'm over here. I like the elephants.
Well, yeah, the elephants are also great.
They're called oiliphants. I forgot. I just call them the war elephants.
Incorrect.
Oiliphant.
Might be
Good
saying
job.
that wrong, but it's definitely an O.
I mean, they say it in the movie, so we'll have an answer if we watch it again. When's
There's
the next
always
3-day weekend?
Labor Day.
All right, see you Labor Day.
Jay, like, how much are you guys gonna smack Telro when we find them? In your head, of course.
Your
Depends how
peaceful
close to dead
solitude.
they already are.
Peaceful
Yeah.
solitude's just gone.
That's, I guess that's fair. How'd you get into like the cruise ship business?
Well, see, we picked up a few jobs here and there, earned some money, got a boat. Now we're just rolling with it.
Oh, that's pretty much how most things happen.
Not bad so far. Maybe I'll branch out someday, get a whole fleet of ships.
Make a lot of
Reenact the
money.
Costa. We'll reenact the Costa Concordia.
What are you?
Go for it. Sorry.
What are you scribbling back there?
Oh, I'm working on the map of the Feywild.
The whole Feywild.
Oh, this is part of it. This is like the actual nice maps I draw. The maps that lead people into traps or something else I work on when I'm want to eat.
Why not just get food without trapping people?
That is my food. I mean, I could eat regularly. That is true, but you know, that's how you get instruments and fun things and money. The mortals that walk around. We had a
Keep
good
saying
selection.
mortals.
We had a good selection of the Asmar for a while. That was scrumptious.
Oh, maybe don't mention that to Ludovon.
I didn't say it to Ludovan.
I know.
I
Just
said it to
say.
You are now reaching the end of your 8th hour on your ride.
All right. Do you want to keep going and risk being exhausted for the next day, or do we want to rest a bit? I have a feeling that tomorrow there might be a fight or something we might have to deal with the hags for.
I look
Might
around to see if there's anything watching us.
Feel free!
This might be a bit too much of a gamey question, so if it is, feel free to just tell me that. But how far could we go without risking a second point of exhaustion?
Um, you could probably leave the forest, get to Castor, and get at least part way. Well, no, you'd get to Castor and then have to stop, probably. Well, hold on. No, yeah, you could do that. The second point would be after you're awake for another 8 hours, right?
I the rules are kind of loosey goosey. I believe it's up to you.
No, I would only add it as another tack on of 8 hours. So if you go for an additional 8 hours, you would get out of the forest, get to Castor, and probably get another hour or so traveling.
And
That's
then
on
if you take a long
1
rest,
point.
yeah, and then a long rest would reduce that by 1. I'm just saying, like,
Jay, I'll help you look around as well, if I can.
Is it a perception or an investigation?
Either one.
So that's a 16 investigation.
As you look around, you do see very, very faintly, so it's a good distance away from you, a rather ragged looking, well, let me pull up my description. You see in the distance is a kind of flat topped tree that has that is a crudely built tree house with twigs lashed together, uh, with a large nest on top made out of dried leaves and more viney twigs.
How distant is it?
You can barely make it out, so more than 200 feet.
It looks like there might be something else hanging out nearby, a little down that way. If we want to keep going, we can try, or we can just bunker down and hope for the best.
I'm fine with whatever. As long as we get a rest in before we have to go and deal with the hags. That's all that I really care for.
I think we can push it.
Say we go.
Push
We
it to the limit.
get Caster at least.
Yeah, I'm sure Caster would enjoy some alcohol.
How about our fine steeds?
They look sleepy.
Yo, mister, think you can go another 8?
I hate you.
It's not an answer. I want your genuine opinion, man.
My feet hurt, but
Not for you, coffee.
I hope it's not trench foot. It's no joke.
I think I can. But I'll certainly need to sleep afterwards. I'm already tired now.
We can sleep in the hut.
Can we fit 3 horses in this hut?
Yeah.
Not really, but if you all don't mind touching real close.
I can fit 9 creatures.
Does it specify a size?
Medium size or smaller.
Horses are large.
Are they large?
No.
Horses are largo.
Hell damn it.
They can stick their heads in through the window, though.
Yeah, so that way only their spines get eaten.
Yeah. Keep going.
The horses clip clop onwards, trudging through larger and larger piles of dead and decaying leaves, unearthing more mold and moss in various dark colors that seem to have grown over top of skeletons and dead bodies on their way. The art you're traveling through seems to be the host to the feeding grounds of whatever lives here.
Think that was what was living nearby then?
Should we go around it?
There's only one path. Going off the path seems like a bad idea. Staying on the path seems like a bad idea. So I think we're just gonna have to fight, and I'm here for it.
Just keep an eye out. If we have to fight, so be it, but we're not trying to.
Should we be stealthy?
Scout's honor.
I doubt we're going to be able to be stealthy with several horses.
I'm already being as quiet as I can. See, I haven't been talking. I'm a very good horse.
Hell yeah.
I'll just keep an eye on the treehouse as we approach it. Make sure nothing's coming out of it.
As you approach, you see a slumped figure in the big nest. But what exactly the shape is hard to figure out, as they are covered with a layer of moths like a blanket. Um, all of them moving in time with the person's breathing, all seemingly asleep.
Vess is going to mouth. What the fuck is that thing? To the person who would know.
So, Ludovon?
To the. Yeah.
DM? Would Ludovan know?
I think with an intelligence check, you can make a good guess.
I have a guess, but I'm not smart.
Would this be like an Arcana thing? Like, is it a magic creature?
I mean, I would honestly say history or like just intelligence. But you can use whatever you feel like intelligence wise.
They're all the same plus.
You have another resident of the Feywild that can give you advantage if they want.
I did check the football your way.
I will use my telekinesis, telekinetic, whatever. Telepathic to help Ludovon without uttering a noise.
There you go.
Six. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Alright, P.
You don't have a
Please
plus?
roll.
I
Yeah,
have a
you could-
negative. I have a plus 0. I have a plus 0.
Why didn't you make me roll?
I didn't know you had a plus.
Yeah, you didn't offer.
Honestly, I think it's kind of obvious. So, you seem to be moving across slash in front of Nintasiota.
Oh. Quick question, DM.
Yeah.
If one were to cast silence on themselves, does it move with you?
If you put it on an object, in theory, it moves with the object.
In theory, yeah.
Specific wording might go against our AI, but rule of cool. DM's discretion.
What's your opinion, DM?
Google the spell.
I can read
I
it
can
for you
read
right
it.
now. Yeah.
Yes, please.
For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside of it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible in there.
I don't see anything in it that bans it not moving with an object that's moving. So yeah.
I'm gonna telepathically mention to Ludovon that I can cast silence on the entire group. Please nod yes or no if he would like me to. Do not say anything out loud.
I'm gonna look at the clinking armor that is. Well, I guess it's not really moving that much because we're on a horse.
Yeah. Armor clinks a lot while riding a horse.
Yeah.
You move with the horsey horse.
Unfortunately.
So we're gonna nod yes emphatically with emphasis.
I will cast silence on myself.
Okay. If horses are large, does that hit everyone?
It is a 20-foot radius sphere centered on.
Oh yeah, never mind. You're good then.
Yeah, so
I
if you
thought
center
it
it,
was 20 diameter.
if you center it on Mr. Yeah, the horse that we're on, because we're in the middle. How I've been imagining it is Jay is in the front, we're in the middle, and then what's the strawberry horse's name? Misty?
Mina.
Mina. And then Mina in the back.
Ludovon will be RB. He's running down to get food.
Did I name this horse after the acid girl in BNHA? Yes.
Yeah, so I'm casting silence on the party, essentially.
The acid girl? Oh, right. I did not hear the H. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Mina.
Nope, I don't watch
Yeah.
your furry show.
I mean, it's not really much to watch. It's 12 episodes. It doesn't have much substance.
Just for your information, DM, it is concentration up to 10 minutes for the spell.
Okay.
So I will mention telepathically to everyone and say, do not respond to this out loud. We have 10 minutes in silence that cannot hear anything. Move quickly.
As you say that, you can in fact urge the horses to a gallop.
Vibrate the
will
ground
say-
too much.
I will say out loud.
Great, it works. Yeah, I will urge the horses telepathically to... Because I don't think that sound escapes the barrier of them galloping.
Correct.
Sound,
Yeah.
yeah, sound can't go in, out, pass through.
Then I will urge them.
The horses all speed up, and you spend your next 10 minutes getting the hell out of any close area to the Archfey. Once those 10 minutes are up, your bubble pops with a slight.
And then you just, like, mushroom lady? What? Who approved this? This seems wildly out of control for this cruise, because obviously a cruise about killing things, I should have just been allowed to kill it.
We're going to kill some very specific things. We don't need to kill everything along the way.
Did I not pay for the full complete kill everything package?
Well, maybe we'll come back and get them. There's time.
All right.
We're building anticipation, dear customer.
So like I know it doesn't make any sense because horses don't work like that. I imagine Mister has a mustache.
That's fine, yeah. You're in the Feywild.
Like
One of your horses
like
sets
a
up
real
picnics.
like a real broom brush, like 80s cop mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of your horses sets up picnics by herself. So I think you can handle having a mustache horse.
Cool. Don't mind me, I'm just drawing.
Well, Kiwibi's gonna finally take off the muzzle. That was a little close for comfort.
Yeah. Mushroom lady. Like,
Oh, that's an archway.
yeah, like a real one? Like not just like no offense to Caster, but like not like Caster who kind of spends most of his time like fucking his wife or whatever.
Alright, I need a minute for that one. Yeah, that was the actual archway of this domain that we walked by. I didn't expect her to be just out in the open like that, I will admit.
Yeah, she seemed like honestly, I thought Archfey were like all about like pomp and circumstance. At least that's what the only one I met have been about. Don't mind me not knowing how the fuck horse legs work.
Now, most of the Archfey are somewhat terrifying beings.
Yeah, that thing was alien as hell.
Though there's also a snake that's also a river.
Is that an archfey?
A lesser one, yes, but yes, it is an
Minor
Archfey.
court noble. So like it's called like a fey court, right? Do they actually like hold assemblies where they like
No.
meet in a big hall? I'm asking Ludovon.
I know I'm answering Ludovon.
Contrary to the belief of it being a court, they don't hold any ceremonies. They don't do judgments of all the Archfey. It's more so just kind of like you know how you have like a herd of bison or a herd of animals, similar in that. It's just a
Oh,
plural.
like an infestation of goblins.
That's what they call a bunch of goblins.
That's what everyone else has called them.
I will be right back.
Yeah, I'm glad we kind of just pushed past that. I've had enough dealing with. I've had enough dealing with big fancy people I'm not allowed to kill. There's a reason I left Ascension.
Look, sometimes they're just feral fancy people.
Fancy to Vest just means person I'm not allowed to kill. Right. Okay, I was very confused when my Switch was making noises.
Just for
It,
that, if we ever have a wizard that can learn time stop, we're gonna give Vess a bow tie so they can kill somebody fancy.
hell yeah. Like,
have the, have the wizard cast time stop, tie a bow tie because it's technically not hurting an enemy, and then just let Vess go to town.
I don't understand how the bow tie plays in. Please actually elaborate.
Bow tie equals fancy.
Oh, gotcha. Just find someone, time stop them, to forcibly put a bow tie onto them, and then untime stop, and now I'm able to kill that person because it's already someone I was going to kill.
No, we're putting a bow tie on Vess so that Vess is fancy and thus can kill fancy people.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's the that's how the progression system works. You have to be fancy to kill fancy.
It makes sense. Makes sense. Uh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be on like high alert after that. Looking for anything that that might pose a parallel level of threat.
Become perceptive.
I'm so good at that.
All
I'm
help.
gonna I'll request the help from the bird, who is not here, so I assume I get it.
Yeah.
Natural 2019.
As you use the machine gun that shoots disintegrate as a sight, um, you look
What?
down the long. Since you have assisted Vess with his percepting, uh, he picks you up and holds you like a gun and aims you around the surrounding forest to look down your beak and sight things.
Okay, fair.
This lets Vess see that there are not any equal terrifying moments or other archface sleeping in the woods, but there are still very large orange eyes that continually flit slightly closer.
Bugs are getting closer. Gonna kill him now?
How close are they, Vess?
I turn to the bird. How close are they?
Ah.
Where?
Like 150 feet.
150.5 feet.
150.5 feet. So 100 feet.
If they get any closer, we'll move a little bit faster.
Gotcha. I'll keep an eye on them, but I'll probably forget.
Fair. You soon grow distracted with aiming your newfound gun at other things.
I will try to keep watch since he's still aiming me around.
The gun just never points the direction I want it to. It keeps craning its neck back the direction towards the bugs.
It's very frustrating. Okay, so eventually, after your additional, 7 hours of trekking, you see light in the distance. Actual day looking light. Seems you've reached the edge of this span of forest.
Ugh. I am now out of the forest of no killing allowed.
Correct. And halfway down the path in front of you is a stack of those same poisonous mushrooms, except grown to massive size, fossilized and stacked on top of each other. Leaning up against it is a rather grumpy looking man with a large white sword at his waist.
I'm surprised you made it without getting lost.
I had a guide.
Ah, I see. A heart wants what it wants. It's such a romantic song I could make. That's
Well, we've just been riding for about 16 or so hours. So, do you mind if we
My.
take a rest for a bit?
That sounds like a great idea. Let your horses rest their legs up.
Perfect. Kweeby, do you want to set up the your jazz bar?
I think this calls for a different theme. I'm gonna set it up as a like a VIP lounge in an opera house.
This time, when you enter Kawibi's tiny opera hut, um, you find yourselves in a very elegant box seat setup. You have numerous benches of plush velvet with throws and pillows all over them. Along the side is a self-serve bar of alcohol and entrees. I would say the French word for the I don't know how to say it.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Thank you. I forgot how to pronounce it. I could see it in my head, and my head said hors d'oeuvre, and I was like, that's not right. Um,
That was great.
uh, all the finger foods you could desire, including a little bit of fine china. Um, very soft lighting, and curtains fall over the door as you enter.
This really is VIP.
Yeah, they're not giving you the Target's china. They're giving you the expensive stuff.
I will happily roll inside.
You have a little ramp for getting up on some of the couches.
Thank God.
Oh
We
my
have
god.
pet stairs.
Yeah, it's like cat ramps.
I will use one of them to get up on the bar. I have one of my cat beds there for me to sit in.
The height of luxury.
You know what you need? What you really, really need? You need to get like a little hover chair scooter like Yoda has in the prequels.
Oh my god, yes.
That would be amazing. Yeah, come on in, relax. Take a break. If you need anything, just ask the house.
I will be indulging in some fine china and pair it with a good brandy.
You find both your preferred brands and some brands that you've wanted to try but were too expensive. And have a
Ooh.
good time.
I will proceed to drink myself silly, which is drink this place dry.
And nobody stops you, so it's a great time.
There will also be blood options if the vampire chooses to partake.
He looks somewhat suspicious, but chooses a cracker with blood butter on it.
I have to cater to all sorts of clientele.
Bludder.
No! It is a fine effort.
So if there's something here that you don't like, I take opinions.
I think you have excellent craftsmanship.
Thanks. I will be feasting on some unidentified meat on a plate.
Excellent, excellent. And as all of you settle down for a long rest, I believe that is where we shall end this session.
Ooh. Next time I get to turn things to paste. Yes!
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit all of our notification bells if you're feeling it, like the good Twitch, YouTube subs you are. Catch us in 2 weeks,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Is
there
that how
are
we measure
subs.
time? And try not to get into too bad trouble in the meantime.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good
I'm
one, everybody.
waving, but of course you can't see.